Hello everyone, welcome to Mindspeak on Herald Global. I am Saimik Sen. Joining us today, the first Indian woman referee listed by FIFA, Maria Rebello. First of all, thank you so much for taking out this time for us. Welcome to Herald Global. I would
Thank you
like
so
to
much
begin by
for the.
asking you, you're the first woman referee from India listed by FIFA. How does it feel?
So at the moment, I just want to give you a brief about my present designation. I'm now FIFA, AFC, AFC and AFF referee instructor and referee assessor. And since you asked me the question about the referees, when I was a FIFA referee, and I was a FIFA referee from 2007 till 2015. And yeah, so that was the time I was really feeling top of the world when I received the FIFA badge. All my hard work been paid, and definitely it was a huge responsibility, and I have to live up to my expectations of the people who had been working on me, this EFF and all the top the assessors and instructors of India,
Sure.
and to live up to their expectation was, you know, I have to keep myself on the toes, and I think I have not disappointed them. I always live up to the expectation.
You started your career by playing volleyball. You're a volleyball player initially. How did you come to football?
Yeah, initially, see, I come from a village called Kuturi, and Kuturi is very famous for football players, top
Okay.
football players who play for the national team. You can say the Anthony Rebello. We call him Anton Rebello in Kuturi, and he is very popular all over India, as well as he is very popular in Bengal and especially in Kolkata. And my brothers were also playing for the top clubs in Goa, and they played for the state team.
Sure.
And one must understand that I come from the period where there were no gadgets, so there were no TV. Even I may be having TV at my house late 90s, and there was the only option was to go out and play. And my I was following my brothers, I was following my villages, and I used to watch how they practice. There were no coach at that time, and so I had to follow my brothers because they were into professional football in Goa. So I would watch their training, how they would train. And then, as I said, there were no gadgets, so the only option was to go out in the evenings and play with my local boys for fun. I have never ever thought that uh, I would hit the international stage in a big way,
Sure.
and it was a surprise for me that I have always the feeling, when I was a player, no girl is playing football, and I never knew there was a formidable Goan team at that time, and I have never seen them. One fine day, my daddy had taken me to Margao, and there was a match going on between Goa and Maharashtra, and Goan girls had scored many goals. And then, so that time I came to know there is a women's football team in Goa, and I used to always play with boys uh, with my in my locality, and I even played interward where I played for my boys team, and I was the only girl, that time was playing
Okay.
for the inter village tournament. I mean, not inter village, interward tournament.
Okay.
So that's how I started my football, and volleyball also at that time was going hand to hand, and my brothers were also good in volleyball, so also I captain, and nobody knows this about that I played volleyball. I captain it women's team also. I played cricket also, uh, the
Wow.
state team.
You have been playing everything
So
basically.
yeah, so very few people knows about it, and we were champions when I played for my college. We were champions, and we defeated most of the colleges where they were having state players. And in our team, there were no state players because we all were footballers, and we defeated them in the college tournament. So this
Okay.
is my story about my sporting career.
You have so much of experience in football in India. So, what is your take on the
Yeah.
infrastructure that is available today in our country? Do you think the government should do more? What are the kind of measures should be taken to improve it?
Well, at the moment, I feel that Indian football is on the right track. And if you see about the infrastructure infrastructure and resources, logistics that are available now. It is available in a big way now. During our days, all these things were not there, but our coaches were very, very creative and innovative. And I would say that they were with the limited resources, with the limited resources, they used to they have produced result. They have we've been able to match the standards of China, sometimes Japan at that time.
Sure.
And that now, and there were few FIBA tournaments for the ladies, and now we have so many tournaments. You can say that now ladies are playing tournaments round the year, round the year. So during my time, there were senior, junior nationals, sub junior nationals, and then there was senior nationals. So once I finished my junior underage tournaments, so once I went into seniorities, at that time I have only one tournament, and for that one tournament I would train myself for the round throughout the year. So I have never given any opportunity for my coaches or my critics that I'm unfit. So whenever I went for the for the Indian team camps, I was never dependent on the on the coaches
Sure.
as per my fitness is concerned. So I was always fit from the day one. You can give me any load, so I was ready to take that load. So this way I had that commitment. And if I compare now during those days and now these days, there are so many tournaments. You can see there are tournaments like IWL. So this is something big for the women's football in India. So during our time, there were no women's IWL, and as I said, there was no SAF, there were no SAG, South Asian Games, there were no South Asian uh, Federation Cup. I mean the SAF Cup for us. So now these are the recently introduced tournaments for the women, and we are very fortunate that they are playing around the year.
True, true. Do you think the government is doing enough for women's football in terms of
Yeah,
promoting
since
it?
as of now, if I take the present date, of course, in the present date, yes, of course. The earlier days, there were nothing, there were nothing, there were no job opportunities also for us. Like now, there are so many, like railways have taken into now taking women players. If this was there during our time, I think we would have never lost our standard of play. Today, we would have been at the top level because at that time our standard was already good. We can compete with China or Japan during those days. And if there was some kind of a security in kind of a job, like like we have in railways now, and there are some police also in certain police departments, they are recruiting women's football. So if these opportunities were there, our standard would have been, would have maintained. So now it is going up. Last few, if you go back for 10 years before now, our standard was, we were very down. Our standard was low, but now we are picking up. We are really on the picking up a lot. So I hope that this is going to continue and will continue and will bring laurels for our country, and we'll be happy to cheer out these new ladies who are playing now. They are really doing good job actually at the moment.
As you mentioned, now there is a huge fan base for football in our country. What is the onus on the referee and how difficult it is to pronounce certain decisions? Because a lot of emotions attached to it, people react.
Yeah, because now there are so many social platforms. Yeah, there are, and wherever they play, the matches have been, that are live streamed. Live streaming is going on, so you can watch these matches. During our time, there were no such things. So now people are watching it, so they know what is happening. So now people are reacting. Earlier also, if this platform was that, this would have been this. That time also would have been the similar situation. But now people are from home only can watch the live matches. And as you asked me about the referees, I think there is nothing difficult for the referees. Sometimes the people and the players are uh, not well versed with the laws, so they have their different opinion as a player, and as a referee, we know what is the law. So they
True.
don't understand the law. So whenever we give a call which they will not accept it, so that is they do not know the law. It is not that the referees are wrong. Maybe because referees are also human beings. So there are referees. Sometimes they commit mistakes. So, in my opinion, mistakes are acceptable, but not blunders. I don't think so. Referees are committing blunders. So, if blunders are committed, then obviously something is wrong. We need to correct it. We need to correct this. And as I said, the referees are also human beings. And what is happening is if a player, suppose the top player misses a goal, a golden opportunity, people and the coach immediately forgets. But the referee does one small mistake, maybe a small mistake, that they condemn it. What level they go to.
It is true.
To it. Yeah, so they treat the player in a different way, and they treat the referee in a different way. Whereas the referee's mistake may be not impacted, but the goal missed by the player definitely has an impact on the team. Correct. So that, yeah. So they should also accept this. Refereeing is also it's a part of football.
So, do you remember any such match where it was very challenging? It became a big challenge for you to like deal with the entire situation. Would you like to share that experience with us?
I would not say it was a big solution because since I have played football, I know the feeling of the player, how the game is being played, and what are the fair contacts, what are the unfair contacts. And there was one incident, and I always tell this incident. Many of my interviews, I have narrated this incident where
Okay.
I was officiating a first division match that is comes after a professional match. So when I was doing the first division match, that time there was a law like there was a yellow card offense is committed, but I played an advantage.
Okay.
So, but still I can book this player. So once the ball goes out of play, I have to show a yellow card to this particular offender. When the ball went out, I called this player and I gave him yellow card, which he could not digest. He started condemning this. He started abusing me, and I was not a scary chicken. I was always, I know my laws. I know I was physically fit, so nobody can challenge me when it comes to my fitness. Nobody can challenge me when the uh, when it comes to knowledge of the laws and all the other factors that are required. So I had, since he abused me, I gave him the red card immediately. When I gave him the red card, the captain of the team ran on to me, and he said, "Why you shown the red card to this particular offender?" I said, see, it does not come under my purview to explain why I have shown the red card. But since you came all the way from 40 meters, I will not disappoint you. I will tell you it. He abused me. Oh, he abused you. Okay, suppose if I abuse, what you will do? I said, you please try, and I will show you what I can do. He too is abused me, and I shown the another red card to this particular player, and these two particular players were out. And then they started abusing me. I said, you abuse me as much as possible. It doesn't hold any relevance. I have taken action. I'm the boss here, and I know what it. Uh, I have shown my courage. That's it. You go to hell. I don't care. And I was very. Sometimes I was. I would tell you that it's not that I was very soft with players. I was very straight. Sometimes I was very blunt because many a times I have noticed when I speak politely, it doesn't work with me. I don't know why, but they don't understand my polite line. So I have to change the gears many a times.
So that's an amazing story. As a woman, did you face any kind of challenges in your field of work? Is it easy for a woman to get along in this field of work?
Yeah, or well, it doesn't need you don't need a rocket science, to become. All you need to have is a passion. If you have that passion to become something, then nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. So in my case, I was very passionate. I want to be. Once I played football, I want to be in touch with football. I have not given up football, and what was the best way for me to get into football and to be in that position again was the best piece for me was referee. And it was not like I would not say it is very tough also because since I was passionate to learn more and more, I should not give up.
Sure.
That it is not again. I will say that it was not that easy for me. There were a lot of problems, a lot of obstacles. I could say there was a rock of Gibraltar. So you must understand the kind of politics at that time, and the person who was trying to put me out. But I was determined. I did not go around gossiping, but I used to go on the ground. Sometimes the things used to not work out for me. I would just, what do I say? I would just go without planning. I would do my training. I would fall on the ground, and then I used to come back. So, how I used to beat my stress. And but there was some at one point of time I was advised by one of my colleagues. See, there are people who want you to give up, and if you give up, you are making them win. So the choice is mine. So you really want to win over them, or you want them to win. So I have chosen that I want to win it. I will not let others to decide my fate. It is I who will decide my fate, and only God and I can decide my fate. Nobody else can, snatch what is destined to me. So these are the two motivational lines I would always say to myself, and that's how I grow. And then finally, now I'm giving interview to you now.
How early do you think one should start training to develop the skills that can match international standards?
I would thank God for giving me this talent that involved, that stamina, the kind of stamina and the endurance I was having. I used to not get any tired because God has given me this talent. So how do I say? I did not, since God has given me the talent, I was not was not in my, was not that proud, like I would go and sleep. I have that inborn talent. No, I have worked hard for it to maintain it because God has given. So I have to maintain it. So I just do the maintenance part of it, like going out for training. And I know what was required for my for my for my system. So and what is required at the international level, what is the kind of fitness that is required. So I used to work on that. I used to do my own workout. And then in 2009 onwards, there was a FIFA MA seminars were taking place. So every year there was a course taking place in India, and that time the physical instructor was also there to come. So I used to take some tips from this physical instructors. So how to prepare your daily program, training program, and that's how I used to train myself. And secondly, you have to be as a referee, as I said, once you are passionate, then you create your own programs, you create your own training programs, and that's how I used to create my own programs, and I used to train myself. And when it comes to my fitness, nobody can say that Maria was unfit, or I have never given that opportunity or chance to anyone to talk on my fitness. I have always maintained the fitness. Until today, I'm fit, I believe.
One word of advice to the aspiring footballers today.
Yes, say the Rome is not built overnight. So you need to work hard. And today's present generation, if I tell you, they are not, uh, they want results very fast. They are a little bit impatient. And I'm sure you will agree with. So they want, even the parents are putting pressure. The parents are also putting pressure onto the children that they have to work hard. They have to understand their body, how much load they can take. The parents should not, put pressure onto the players, onto their children. And of course, now there are good coaches around. So I feel that they should have. First thing is always you must have passion, and I will not give up. This attitude. And secondly, we have to get rid of this attitude called chalta hai, chalta hai, chalta hai. I really hate this attitude, and I don't entertain if anybody says "Ah, chalta hai." No, it is not, no more chalta hai. So you have to work hard so that we can represent to our country, we can take our country to our next level. We have to show to the world that our country is one of the top sporting nation in the world, and the day is not far for that. Yeah.
In India, cricket is very organized, but as compared to cricket, football is not that organized in our country. So, according to you, how we can bring up the level of football in India, which is going to be very comparable with cricket.
Cricket, And you said football. Football is the most popular game in the world, so there is no doubt about it.
True.
And when you said about cricket, even in India, not only in the, if I'm talking generally, even football is much popular than cricket. Only the Indian football team, I mean, only the Indian cricket team is popular. But if you take football at village level, at local level, and you take cricket at local level and at village level, you will find still football is more popular than the cricket. Agree or not agree?
True. I completely agree. I'm a big football fan myself.
Yes. You if you see a school boys are playing or a school inter school tournament if you see that the match is on, you will find at least 100 or 150 people watching it. They will just come and watch it. At the same place, if you play cricket, you will not find that many people watching cricket.
It's a matter of
So
fact. Yes.
football is, yeah. Only thing is cricket is having more money because they have commercialized it well, they have marketed well. So football is also going to be, will come to that level. And I think the day is not far. We will definitely catch up with cricket. But
So
as I said, at local level, village level, football is one.
So according to you, when do you think we can see India playing World Cup?
You're talking about girls or men's?
Men.
Men's, I will not comment much on that because we are, I think, 94.
Okay.
94. I think so. We are 94. But we have a great opportunity if we focus on women's football. And if we work on that, I think our ladies team will play in the World Cup much before our men's. And I think everybody in India will agree with this statement which I said today. 100% everyone will agree. Nobody will say that this is not correct. This is 100% correct. And only thing is we need to now the women's football is on the right track, and obviously they are doing a great job. And there are a lot of opportunities coming up, and the federation also is pushing them, giving them opportunities to go abroad, play some practice match. So during our time, this was not there. So now they are around the year, they are in the practice mode, playing, going out and playing with top players, top teams. So this will definitely going to enable us, to prepare ourselves and play in the World Cup. Definitely.
Okay. My last question to you: what is the future of football in our country, and how has the youth taken to it, the game in the recent times?
The things which are going on at the moment, and the way it is going, and the way uh, the transition is taking place, it is going on the very high speed, like that transition. So definitely, it is going to be. You can make it as a career now. During our time, that it was not a career, but now you can make it as a career. So also in refereeing. Refereeing also you can make it as a career. If you do refereeing, you are not being paid. You are paid. So also as a player, now the many clubs are coming up. You are being paid. So this is. And I hope this revolution goes on and on and on. And it goes with more intense, so that our football will develop, and we can match with the teams like Japan and China, Korea, Australia.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much for taking out this time for us. It was amazing talking to you.